mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Here we go. Hey,
It's
so
Monday.
good to be with you. It is, yes, what is it?
It's Monday with the
And
Manns.
we are the...
Manns. And it's Advent, and we're going to light the candles, and I'm going to light the first one, which was
First one was hope,
hope.
right? We choose to hope. And last week we chose peace.
Yes.
We kind of focused in on that. And this week, week 3, we choose joy.
Joy.
We choose joy.
Joy.
I found it interesting that this week would be joy when I don't feel really well.
I'm having a hard time lighting joy.
That's because I'm
Oh,
struggling.
there we go. We're good. Okay.
So
Yay,
yeah, I'm a
we're on
little
it. Under the weather.
under the weather. Oh darn! I wanted to look that up. I don't know where that comes from. That term, under the weather.
Do you want me to look?
When things like that come up, I tend to start to think, man, where did that come from? What does it mean to be under the weather? Maybe I'm not under the weather. Maybe I just think I am. The world says I am. Or maybe I'm not really under the weather. Anyhow, we're glad to share yet another week with you.
Excuse me, because we live in a world of instant knowledge.
Uh-huh.
Under the weather.
Yeah.
Okay, it's perfect. Slightly unwell or in low spirits.
Well, that's the. I know what the definition was, but
Oh.
what is it? Where did it come from?
Uh,
That's a deeper dive.
Why do we say under the weather? Because of an old nautical term where
Nautical.
6 sailors went below deck for shelter from harsh conditions.
Under the weather of the deck. I got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm officially under the weather.
Oh, that's actually nice that we know that. Yeah, we're just full of
but,
information.
Yeah, this is week 3 of Advent, a week where we focus. Going forward, we want to focus on the joy that's available. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. I want to do something. Well,
Uh-oh.
yeah, no, we'll do 2 truths and a lie first. We've been doing 2 truths and a lie through Advent. And I think Susan was about Susan one week. It was about me one week. And this week it is about our daughters.
Oh, I love that.
We have 2 daughters that we're blessed with.
Yes, we
and,
do.
They are alike in some ways and completely,
Unlike in others.
yeah, sometimes you wonder, man, are they ours? Are they both ours? But 2 truths and a lie. So if you haven't played the game with us yet, I was glad to see some extra people risking ridicule to put their answers in last week. That's really very cool. 2 truths and a lie. 2 of these statements I'm going to make are true. One of them is a lie. It's your job to figure out which is a lie and to put it in the comments below. And as you put them into the comments, in about 48 hours or so after we get a chance to get this up online, and the majority of you see this after it's posted. So we give you a chance to offer your thoughts on which one. Number 1, our daughters both love Jersey Mike's. So if you're not on the East Coast, you may not know Jersey Mike's is basically a hoagie house, a submarine house, that type of thing, cold cuts.
Started in
long
Jersey,
rolls.
right?
But that's what a hoagie is, and Jersey Mike's is our local establishment. And number 1 statement is our daughters both love Jersey Mike's. We're good, sound-wise?
We're good, yeah.
Our daughters both love the beach, number 2. And number 3, our daughters both love to read. So there you go. 2 truths and a lie. One of these is a lie. The other 2 are true. Our daughters both love Jersey Mike's sandwiches. Our daughters both love the beach. And our daughters both love to read. Go at it.
I'm not slipping up this week. I'm keeping quiet.
See if you can figure that out. Right before we started today, I got a little note from a gentleman that, and I just love, he really touches my heart. Len Sweet. I met him at a conference back in 2008, and for 17 years he's been surprising me with inspiration, and I love it. And he wrote a little thing today, tongue-in-cheek, about if your birthday starts with 19, that means you were born in the 20th century, right? If your birthday starts with 19 something, remember that you are dust, which explains the knees, the back, and why getting up from the couch now requires a 3-point plan and a prayer. Psalm 46:10, be still and know that I am God. This is not a suggestion to download a mindfulness app. It is permission to sit quietly, sip something warm or hot, and ignore notifications for a blessed 15 minutes. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, from Romans 12:2, especially the part where you're expected to understand every new platform, password, update, and trend. He wrote here, holy nonconformity includes not joining TikTok. Continuing on, store up treasures in heaven, Matthew 6:20, because nothing stored on a hard drive, cloud, or phone survives a forgotten password. Psalm 119:105, verse 105, your word is a lamp to my feet. A lamp, not a screen, which means it lights the way without demanding a software update. Joel 2:28, remember the old shall dream dreams, not because they're out of touch, but because they've seen enough to know what actually matters. I like that one the most. And just to make sure that this was tongue-in-cheek, a holiday safety tip for everyone. If your birth year starts with 19, you should no longer wrap gifts on the floor.
That's pretty funny.
So, as I try to stop coughing.
Yeah, wrapping gifts is very... Thursday, I have the job of going to my daughter Ashley's, and she has 100 kids, and really she's a good 4 kids.
Old
And
mother in a shoe.
what I do is wrap gifts for her, which is really a fun thing. It's kind of tradition. And the other daughter, I go to her house during the season and help her decorate. So 2 little festive things. So anyway, just putting it out there.
As we head into our week, it was kind of an uneventful week. We were still looking for signs of peace and all last week, up until Sunday.
Yeah.
And I had a 2-hour event on Saturday night in Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania. If any of you were there, God bless you. It was an awesome evening.
It was so awesome.
A lot of fun, a lot of spiritual chatter back and forth, some singing, some worship, and just a general good time.
Celebrating the reason for the season.
And I woke up Saturday morning and knew instantly that I was getting sick. And once a year I get a cold. I actually keep track of this kind of stuff. Once a year, I have the date and what kind of cold I had, or what kind of sickness I had. And yes, Saturday morning I knew I was going to get hit, and as the afternoon wore on, it was really blossoming into a beautiful head cold. And I had this event to do, and there's a flow in life sometimes that we can find doing different things that where time doesn't exist anymore. If you know what your passion is in life, you've no doubt experienced this before, where once you got involved in your passion and before you knew it, like hours went by. You didn't even realize it. You didn't eat. You didn't even get up. I've had that my whole life with music, and I've also have it now spiritually. And I had that happen to me Saturday evening. That except for a little 10 to 15 minute break when I wasn't actually involved presenting something. I wasn't sick.
That's cool.
And when I got home, as soon as I unwound a little bit,
Oh,
we danced through the snow flurries. We had about 7 inches of snow up where we're at in
Yeah.
Ambler, Pennsylvania, in Montgomery County. And fortunately, the snow held off long enough where we were just dancing between the flurries on the way home. So it was cool.
yeah.
And then, of course, there's Sunday morning, which is cleanup time.
I would call it a winter wonderland. We opened the windows and it was like, woof.
No, we didn't. We opened the shades. We didn't open
We're
the
not
windows.
doing it.
Opened the blinds up and saw the snow coming down. And it's the first time that we've experienced snow in this particular home,
Yeah.
which was really enjoyable.
It was beautiful.
But I was a little, I knew that we were having the inclement weather because a cold front was moving in, and we were getting like Arctic weather for 2 or 3 days, which meant everything that fell was going to just freeze. And I really thought, man, I'm sick as a dog, but we got to do some shoveling. Something has to go on. And then I hear the tractors and trailers, or tractors out front, and our HOA. We've never experienced snow here, so I was aware that they took care of plowing the streets and sidewalks, but there was this little misnomer thing in there about, like, if you get less than 2 inches, that you're responsible for it yourself. And I really didn't. I got, well, long story short, I left my truck on the driveway rather than putting it in the garage, which would have meant they wouldn't have done any cleaning on our property.
But he thought we were
But
thinking
we
like
got
it's gonna
a whole
help
lot
us
more
out.
than we got a whole lot more than 2 inches. So I had to run out real quick and knock all the snow off my car, get it in the garage before they came and cleaned up. So that was joy.
That all
That
ended
was
good.
that was the beginning of joy. I had peace on Saturday night as the Spirit allowed me to get in
That's
the
actually
flow.
pretty cool, yeah.
And then Sunday morning, I thought, well, my Lord, this is. But it all worked out perfect. I had time to clean us all off. Well, they had these little bulldozers where maybe 6 houses away, so it all worked out okay. Is Arlene not with us tonight?
No.
Unusual.
I know. Maybe she is
Hope she's okay.
at an event.
She's usually
Mhm.
here
Yeah,
early
she usually is
and
always,
leaving
yeah.
some kind of comment so that I know sound is
Yeah.
good.
I should
So-
go to your other site and just check.
But anyhow, we are in drawing thoughts and questions about joy this week. And excuse me as I continue to try to keep from coughing. Philippians 4:4. A couple verses, 3 verses came to mind for me this week as I personally want to live in a place of joy. And Philippians 4:4, Paul writes, "Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice." And the rejoicing part was good. Like Sunday morning, I could rejoice in having them come and clean our property off. It's beautiful.
Yes.
But Saturday morning when I got up and I realized this cold was blossoming, it was a little harder to rejoice. But it says, rejoice in the Lord always. It doesn't say rejoice in the Lord when things are great. Bright
Yes.
sunny days. It says rejoice in the Lord always. And then he says it again. I say rejoice, as if He knows we need it. He knows we need to hear it again.
Yep.
So I heard this week that if joy, we want to define, there's a lot of different ways to define joy, but one of the things I liked this week was that joy is fullness. When we're just full of happiness, when we're full of contentness, when we're full of, the things that put a smile on our face. So if joy is fullness, then the opposite of joy would be emptiness. So how and where do we rejoice when we're empty? I think it's it's a cool, timely thing, especially in Christmas, because maybe most of our friends are experiencing the joy of Christmas and Christmas past, and we may have one or more people in our circle that are experiencing a blue Christmas. They've lost someone this past year and they're going through something, or they've got a bad health situation. And they're certainly not full of joy. They're empty of joy. How do they rejoice? Where do they go to rejoice? And I had written a song I've been sharing this season called The Blue Church, which was, my visual for it was this little blue church up in Easton. If anybody from the Blue Church is listening in, you should leave a comment and let me know. I had a wonderful time doing events there years ago. Easton, PA, that is. And when I was writing, I wanted to write about how when we're blue and everything seems wrong, the best place to go to get it right is God, is Jesus, is church. And same thing whenever the emptiness is blinding us of the joy, same thing. We need to open up the Bible to find, to clear our sight up, to be able to see again. And also, when as dark as the world may be, God's is there to shine a light, that lamp,
Right. Yep.
that lamp that Len was talking about earlier. So if I had my voice, I would have
you would be
sung that
singing
for
it?
you.
Oh.
Maybe I'll try to tackle that next week. So we have to remember what helps us, I think, get through these emptinesses that we have. This season is all about Emmanuel, the coming of Emmanuel, meaning God with us. And he's with us in happiness and sadness. And that's where we can draw joy from. We can rejoice in the fact that we're never alone when we're blinded by whatever it is that's the weight is on our back, when everything just seems to be so wrong. There is Jesus. There is a shining light that's right. And that same shining light it can't be held. It can't be darkened, right? It shines in the darkness. It overcomes the darkness.
Yeah, I like that. Overcomes
So,
it. Yeah.
and then I don't want to forget my last one here, because from the Nehemiah 8:10, the joy of the Lord is your strength. The joy of the Lord is your strength.
Yes.
I don't know this verse well enough. This is not a verse that I turn to. And by doing just this, by doing Mondays with the Manns and Evensong and live events and writing and being in the studio in worship, you run across verses at some point. Now, I know I've read those words before in Nehemiah, but they haven't jumped off the page as something that's really important to me as I go into 2026. And it's a verse that I want to cling to more. The joy of the Lord is your strength, because this world will make us weak. Darkness, Satan will come after us and make us as weak as he can. He does not want us to be in a place where we are rejoicing. And don't feel bad. We shouldn't, it's why Paul repeats it. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say, rejoice.
I just looked it up real quick because, it's kind of my job being the co-person, maybe. I don't know. It's from Nehemiah 8, verse 10, meaning true strength comes not from fleeting human emotions or circumstances, but from God's unwavering, eternal joy, providing supernatural power and endurance to face life's challenge by delighting in Him and His promises.
There you go.
I like
It's
that
good
because I always
support.
thought of joy as not an emotion. I always thought of joy as you feel it. You feel it here. You know what I mean? It's
No, it's
I
an
don't-
emotion to me.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm thinking it's not a heady thing. I think it's like more here. So I guess it's an emotion. But I like that.
That's
True
it.
strength comes from fleeting human emotions or circumstances. Doesn't, but from unwavering, eternal joy, providing supernatural power and endurance to face its life's challenge by delighting in Him and His promises.
It's a good support
that,
verse
actually.
for Emmanuel, God with us. He's with us all the time. We don't have a God that's far away.
Yeah.
We have a God who's always right there with us.
And this-
Tonight,
I love this. I'm
today,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I
He's
just
sitting
think
right
something.
over here, Raggedy Ann's in the chair here.
I
and
love it.
Jesus is sitting right there. For me,
Yeah, I love
for
that.
me, He's sitting right there.
It's a call to find strength in God's presence and faithfulness, even when things are difficult, rather than relying on personal feelings or situations. I love that. That's, it's amazing how you can just find things out so quickly. It's instant gratification, right? You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Poor man is having a difficult time here.
I wasn't kidding when I said I wasn't feeling well.
I know that, yeah.
I'm scheduled to lead worship in Phillips, no, Pipersville,
You'll be fine. I hope.
Pipersville this coming Sunday. And that's all I really need to do. I need to take care of myself so I can do that. And
We do have people with us.
good.
I'm not sure who this is.
Joe. Hey, Joe.
do I know
Love
Joe?
you too, bro.
Aw. And we also have Robin with us.
Hi,
I saw
Robin.
that she was there too.
Sorry. We moved this up to 7. From 7 to 4, just because it was so much easier. And most people that check in when it's good for them, which is
Yeah.
one of the joys of technology.
Yeah.
And I never fret on that. I want this available for each person when God deems
They
He
need it.
thinks it should cross their path or their screen. So you're all a blessing whenever you check in. So what we're watching this week, we've made it to this portion. What we're watching this week, and we got stuck in a series called Mann last year. This is not a Christian program. By no means is it a Christian program. I don't find it challenging as a Christian. I find it almost a practice in reality. I wrote a lot of notes here. I want to try to get them right. Landman depicts a world where people carry crosses, but no one kneels at one. They've all got these burdens that they're carrying around on their backs. And not one of them in a season and a half has turned to God at all. I won't go through the whole thing. I don't want to be, no spoilers here. But just some information, and I think sometimes this allows me to go places, to see some things maybe normally I wouldn't. The world is not filled with believers. The world is not filled with people that are going to support you and feed you, and that's why we're supposed to go out and
Be the light.
be the light, make disciples,
Yep.
tell the message.
Yep.
And I think shows like this help. I've mentioned this so many times that I try to watch things with Jesus in mind. Sometimes I will picture him in a chair. Sometimes I will talk to him under my breath so that not to ruin it for Susan.
Oh, that would never ruin it.
Well, I know what I mean. It's in the middle of a scene or something.
Oh.
I don't want to distract from it's personal. It's between me and it's my personal relationship with God, how that works. And every once in a while he comes up and is revealed. But anyhow, it circles around it really grows out from a family, one family unit. There's this Tommy Norris, Billy Bob Thornton plays this great guy. He's the landman. He's the middleman. If you're not into oil, the oil business, there's the moneymakers up here. There's the workers who are risking their lives every day, and in the middle is the landman that kind of keeps everything in line, keeps these guys from freaking out, keeps him from freaking out, and really is probably the most important person in any work getting done. And I wrote, he operates by by natural law more than faith. But he believes in responsibility, which is a virtue, Christian virtue. Keeping your word, not lying, Christian virtue. And bearing the consequences.
He's a good man. Yeah.
We're biblically told that one day we're going to sit down and the way we lived is going to come up in a conversation, right? So he's living by some biblical principles, even though he doesn't realize how much easier his life would be if he had this connection, because the joy of the Lord, what's it give us? Strength.
Joy of the Lord gives us strength.
Christianity here is absent. It's not hostile. It's not hostile at all. But it's certainly absent, right? There's no evidence of prayer, surrender, or trust in any divine justice at all in this show. Then there's his wife, Angela Norris. She's played by Ali Larder. A little over the top, a little too much sexual stuff going on for me with her. I know that's her character. I know that there's a lot of people in the world that will totally relate to her character. But she's a disillusioned seeker for sure. She's like longing for Eden. She wants the perfect place. She freaks out because she does things, makes dinners and stuff, and people don't appreciate it. She just wants this Eden existence. But she's like completely skeptical of a church. She has nothing like that. I wrote this down. She's someone who knows that something is broken, but she's either ignorant or she's not convinced that faith can fix it. It's not, again, Christian faith isn't present. But the question, I love this, but the questions that faith answer are clearly alive in her life. Right? There are questions in her life that faith would clearly answer if she had it.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
So it's really interesting sometime to watch these programs and watch these movies, and the miniseries are nice because you really get into the character. You've got 8 hours to get into these characters, and if they're done well and worked well, it says there my battery's getting low here. I better pick up the pace.
Wow.
Anyhow, he has a son and a daughter who both are apples that haven't fallen far from the tree, so to speak. Landman. We're watching. It's on Paramount. We're watching it through Prime.
We'll watch. We redid the old one.
It's an interesting way to look at characters that are lost and separated from God. We're going to choose joy this week. My verse of the week: "The joy of the Lord is your strength." Nehemiah 8:10. It's the heart of the Advent story, right? Jesus is coming to be with us through good time and bad. Two truths and a lie. Which one's a lie? Our daughters both love Jersey Mike's. Our daughters both love the beach. Our daughters both love to read. Write in the comments which one you think would be the lie. I'm going to encourage you, as always, to journal. Blessing, our Advent blessing, as I'm rushing. I don't want to get cut off here. I don't know why the battery's so low. As we leave tonight, may your hands this day learn the grace of holding. May your ears this day receive the courage of listening. May your eyes this day awaken to wonder. May your feet this day walk the way, and may your whole being this day, every breath, every bone, every bright imagination, remember what you were made for, to love and to be loved.
So nice.
As always, we're going to send you off with, at least from my point, just one plea to pray on.
Bye.
Pray on.